Hi guys! I don't know if you've noticed, but it's pretty hard to get noticed on YouTube nowadays. So, like myself, there are a lot of small YouTubers. But I'm here today to tell you that being a small YouTuber doesn't have to be all that bad. I mean, you hear everywhere about how hard it is to earn a living from it, to get the views and subscribers that people deserve. It's not all that bad. I just want to point out some reasons why being a small YouTuber, in a way, is a good thing. Might be hard to believe, but honestly, it's not that bad. There are definitely good points to being a small YouTuber. Point number one being, nobody cares about you. I'm not starting off on a very good foot. Just hear me out here. Hear me out. Nobody cares about you, your personal life, what you might have done in the past, because we all do silly things. We all do ridiculous things that we wish we'd never done before, but you're tiny, so no one is going to bother to dig up that dirt and make huge videos about it and cause drama and hassle in your life, which is lovely. It means that you can just kind of slip under the rug of all that YouTube drama and just focus on what really matters: making great content. We get to keep our personal lives as personal as we wish them to be, and no one really cares. Not really, and that's a good thing. Now, being a smaller YouTuber, obviously you have a smaller audience. If you are like me and started YouTube because you wanted to make a positive influence on the world and those who come across your videos, of course having a smaller audience base might seem like a worse thing, because it means like you're not getting your message across to as many people, you're not making a difference to as many people as you possibly could be. However, I feel like having a smaller audience means that you have a more engaged audience. And let me explain this. I'm not trying to say that a bigger audience doesn't love the person that they're watching as much. I just mean when it's a smaller audience, that gives you as a YouTuber more time to reply to comments, emails, Facebook, Instagram, Tumblr, Snapchats, bloody everything. When you have so many people, it's very hard to stay on top of that. So when you have less people, it's much easier to have that form of engagement with your audience. Also, I love live streaming, and I know quite a few YouTubers and content creators like live streaming as well. So if you have a smaller audience, this means that you can actually have some pretty awesome live conversations. I don't know if you've ever been to any of the larger YouTubers live streams, but it is chaos. You can't even talk amongst yourselves in the comment section because it's like blip, blip, potatoes, blip, blip,
You'll just be senpai.
blip, blip, blip. Nonsensical. It's pretty hilarious, I will give it that. It doesn't allow the YouTuber to engage with what's really being said with them, and it doesn't really allow the community to talk to each other either. However, on the flip side, obviously they are getting more views, so there's the engagement in that sense. However, there's not the kind of conversational community engagement as much. Trying my hardest not to make anyone feel that they're worse off. I'm just trying to tell you what's good for being a small YouTuber. Also, with a smaller audience come less trolls. Less trolls is always a good thing. That means less awful comments and more constructive criticism, which is needed. It's hard to kind of sift through who is just saying things to try and get a reaction out of you and who is saying things because they genuinely want you and your channel to grow and become better. And as a small YouTuber, you will get a lot more constructive criticism over the trolls. As a small YouTuber, you probably don't earn enough to make a living off of YouTube. Seems like an obvious downside. However, it means that you're not relying on your YouTube channel in a financial sense. You don't need it in that way to bring in an income to help you live. It's actually just there because you love it, because you're passionate about it. And I'm not saying that the people who do it for a living aren't passionate about it. You really have to be passionate, because you don't just start YouTube and start making a living off it. You know, you have to graft and work hard to get there. Any person who does YouTube, they would only wish to be doing this for their job. However, we don't have to rely on it. It takes away a lot of the pressure of having to think about what's going to give us the most clicks and just focus on doing what we want to do and what makes us happy. Lights. Lights, bro. I can't be bothered to put it back up. Overall, not having to worry about the money aspect of it and having a smaller audience. This means that there overall is less pressure. You can do what you want. You can go to university. You can work if you've got other ambitions. You can experiment with new videos if you want to, if you realize that perhaps the content you're creating isn't what you want to be doing in the future. There's not as much pressure, and I think we forget that with our huge ambitions. We see people like PewDiePie, like Zoella, like Markiplier, and they get to live off YouTube, they get to make videos every day, and that seems like the dream. I'm not trying to say it's not the dream. However, I can't imagine the kind of pressure that they're put under, how they get noticed in the street. They've got a lot of stuff to deal with that the average person just doesn't have to worry about, and also it's stuff that no one teaches you how to deal with either. So I really think what they do is amazing. I can't imagine what they go through, the bad and the good. At the end of the day, we all have big aspirations. It would be amazing to become the next big YouTuber. But being a small YouTuber is pretty cool as well, and I think we should just enjoy it. Don't be disheartened by the fact that you might not be as big as PewDiePie, Markiplier or Zoella. You can't be them. You can only be you and the best version of yourself. So yeah, you might not have that YouTube fame, you might not have all those dollars rolling in, but you do have a small audience, you have a one-on-one engagement, and if you, like me, are doing this because you want to make a positive difference in the world, you're able to do that too. So please don't let it dishearten you. What you do matters. And I'm just getting all cheesy and weird now, so I'm probably gonna stop that. Hooray for us small YouTubers. We got this. Who knows, one day you could become the next big thing. But for now, just enjoy being small and the perks that come along with it. Have a lovely day or evening. Bye! I really hope that I've put this message across. I really hope I put this message across as best as I can, because the stigma of relationships, needing a relationship, the way that you're seen if you're not in a relationship, it's not fair, and I just wanted